They'll be calling you a radical, and before you fainting ghosts go crazy on me, I like the wind in these videos. These are pieces of art. I want to talk about the restart up in Fukushima, Japan, and the insanity of it all. Look, first off, they told us. Now let's get real about this. There's at least 54, probably more like 60 nuclear reactors in Japan. We're told they make up 62% of the energy source in Japan. Now Fox News and these idiots morons are reporting this is going to be their first summer without what? What? This is the insanity of the black and yellow media whores. And if you don't think so much of this is orchestrated right there in that building, you look up what happened yesterday. It's like in my class I used to say, oh, everybody's doing it. What, are we in kindergarten? Are we in kindergarten? Really? So you guys commit these high crimes at the highest level. You commit these, oh, everybody's doing it. It's okay. They're still against the law. You're exploiting illegal labor, paying cash. You don't have, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you. They're still against the law, and when somebody comes down, you're going to jail. Thank you to the FBI for finally stepping up. People that I know from Weber State, our incredible criminal justice department. Clyde Cooley would hug you and kiss you. I have his last letter of recommendation, the #1 school finance, who died tragically of cancer. Kyle Madsen, this is a dedication to Clyde and Kyle, both that incredible school business that I taught with and I was with when we were the #1 school business in the country. This video's in honor of them, as I've dedicated my whole year to Aaron Swartz. I'm going to continue to dedicate my year to Aaron Swartz, Michael Hastings, and I am Pat fucking Tillman. But Kyle Madsen and Clyde Cooley too, I'm going to start doing more of them. As they died of cancer tragically, Kyle lived, they lived radon. You know, what is radon? You know, that he died of lung cancer, not smoking. So did his wife years later. Young men. Clyde Cooley right here, lived in Bountiful, stair cycle, these monsters right here, these monsters, these hairspray masquerade party. But back to Fukushima, Japan. Same with San Onofre. They told us San Onofre, I worked on shutting that for 40 years. Why was I so tied to San Onofre? Oh, Pendleton right there, my father, the atomic veteran. Yeah, the Utah, right here. This is the place, the very square inch where my family, my people set foot here. My path, my journey, my life. Oh, why do you stay there? You're all down, no, you're downwinders too. How can you not talk about this subject matter? As Fukushima raining over us, pouring over, especially in Utah's downwinders, you fainting goat. You can't think for yourselves anymore. Fox News thinks for you. The Mormon Church thinks for you. So you got a small group, a handful of people that are leading you around like a little bitch on a leash? Really? Is that who you've turned into? Doug Wright, that's criminals. I mean, that's a criminal enterprise. K.s.l's turned into a criminal enterprise. Doug Wright, I mean, passive aggressive. These are the most dangerous people in the world, and if this doesn't prove, look, cancer's off the hook here. My home right there, bone marrow transplant. That's where I live, right there. LDSD state. I'm full of AML leukemia. In the fight of my life, every time I think I've got this thing beat, I get a reality check come back to me. You know, they save my life. And the LDS Church does not own it. I mean, they're grandstanding. Oh, we take care of our own. No, they don't. No, they don't. They, you know, I come from the most quintessential Mormon bloodlines in the world. Not even when they drove by my house, they would look the other way. I said, what, are you afraid I'm going to ask you for $5? Don't want your money anymore. I really don't. Geoff Palko and I have started a hedge fund for terminally ill people. We call it the Kevin Blanch, Geoff Palko, Kevin Blanch, No Regrets Fund. We've started a hedge fund that's going to be the only hedge fund in the world that's going to be environmentally responsible and take on the nuclear cartel in a very hardcore, dramatic way. Everybody's dying of cancer. It's off the hook. Not going to happen. And I've reported this. You know, I love how people come and say, "Oh, you know, come on. Let's get back and go for me from day one, before it even happened." The restart. If they're going to restart up a nuclear reactor in southern Japan, well, I understand. I'm getting word that the typhoon damaged the reactor in northern Japan. Spent fuel. Oh, they're not started. They're not online. The only thing in Japan that happened in 3 years. Now think about the lie of the nuclear cartel. They make up 62%. The only thing they asked people to raise their thermostats last summer and the summer before, all over Japan, from 72 to 68 during the summer. Now you tell that person who's lost his multi-generational, 30-generational farm, the fishing industry desecrated, all of them, you ask them, tell them, say, hey, I can have back my farm. I can have back my farm, but you got to raise your thermostat in the summer to 78, which is all light. Now how is that humanly possible? They make up 62% of the grid. They've been off for 3 years. How can Fox News, these black and yellow journalistic corps, and these people report this is the first summer without, when they've been down for, Fukushima happened over 1,200 days ago. Hello, San Onofre, they make up 12% of the grid. I was told that over and over. We catch San Onofre, PG&E executives lying to the NRC, felonies. Barbara Boxer's office, we go to them, you know, I used to say it, we're going to hit the beach, we're going to beach. They're never going to reopen, as I was in critical condition against doctor's orders. When I was at the hearing on 2/12/13, everybody down there saw the gal confirm it. You know, they're like, oh my God, you know, the nuclear cartel followed me around in there. I have plenty of witnesses. Well, they kicked me out before I even spoke. I was going to speak. Kicked me out, but my army spoke for me. You know, somebody says, oh, Kevin, you're like Johnny Appleseed. Oh boy, the nuclear apple seeds. I've planted a lot of seeds in the fight of my life, your life. Fukushima is a killing field. This is a killing field. The nuclear dump site, Energy Solutions dump site, bankrupt. These are the people in charge of the world's nuclear waste, and nobody in Utah is talking about this. We're supposed to be stewards of the earth. These are not Christians. They've been hijacked. Our hand-cart pushing romantic relatives who came here would cry. They would cry. They weren't this. They weren't this. These masquerade party, oh, everyone's doing it. White collar crime, everyone's paying cash, desecrated the construction industry, everyone's doing it. Usury, you on the top of the mountain. For you, don't want your money anymore. Don't give me your money back, I don't want it anymore. They'll be waiting for you at Bellevue with their oxygen masks. Even your surgeon says it's much too late. Even your ambulance driver says it's much too late. It's not your lungs this time, it's your heart, it's your fate. Went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. They're still there. He's all gone. Went off to Iraq to get Dick Cheney and these Utah Taliban a big old sack of $100 bills. They're still there. Your loved ones are all gone. Where the Tigris meets the Euphrates, that biblical pace, that historical, the Garden of Eden, white phosphorus on our own Marines. White phosphorus, I mean, think about that. For time and all eternity. Droning babies. When we went and got Saddam's grandson, remember we went and got Udo, Hudo and everything? They had children. Who does that? Who does that? When we hung Saddam, ripped his head off, they never did one thing to one American. Not one thing. But we did it for multiple generations. The birth defects will go on forever. What we did to Fallujah? Depleted uranium like candy in the wind. It's where the wind blows, it's where the water flows. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban, to build a pipeline. They're still there. My loved ones are all gone. My father, he was murdered by the nuclear cartel. Utah used to be American Ground Zero, Coward Gallagher. Huh. She asked me if I'd read Mormon Country. No, but yeah, I have read Mormon Country, of course. No, I lived Mormon Country. I have leukemia. I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I sleep with it. In the Pines, people don't even understand as I go on In the Pines. Kurt Cobain understood. In my yellow Ledbetter belly. Do I have to explain that too? I have to explain on Palko. I've learned my audience, I have a group of really sophisticated, but the American populace, I've never said this was going to kill everyone. I said it's going to kill millions of cancer, which it's doing right here, right now. The elephant in the room, it's the herd of elephants in the room. It's the Pacific Genocide Variable. You go back through some of my early videos and get yourself up to speed. This is outrageous. You're bananas? Really? Really? And I would like to say this. I learned this as a young man. Growing up here, I was mutated as a child. My father was nuclear Nevada test site. I have a twin sister. We were very mutated children. We had all kinds of issues. I learned that at a very early age. And I want to say this. It's so important. People say you're so emotional, you know, your heart on its sleeve. Oh, be honest. That's how you survive. I learned that at a very young age. If you get cancer and you're quiet about it, you don't talk about it, you're not intimate, you're not loud, you're not communal about it, you die. We know this. We know this. Any cancer psychologist will tell you this. We know. And by the way, I saved myself. The hospital saved myself in the early, Vincent Hansen, you know, Fimbo, but they haven't done anything for me in a year and a half except send me bills. You know, track me. I mean, getting real tired of it. Beyond. I got kicked out of my Medicaid because I got the cows kicked out of the Energy Solutions dump site. They were drinking water right out of it. You can watch the videos. I caught the truck bringing the hot reactor from South Carolina through East Layton Energy Solutions. Caught it. I have my tape. K.s.l. Nobody. They don't care here. Well, because what? It's God's will. Tim Shell. I always make everybody read East of Eden at the end. Steinbeck, as Steinbeck said, we simply went from the we to the I. Kevin Blanch says we went from the we to the I, back to the we to the capital I. It's not God's will. It's not. It's not. Men are responsible for their actions. Nuclear fallout and swallow, and they thank you to the FBI for finally charging. And you people, oh, what are we in kindergarten? What, everyone's doing it? They're going to pay. And Leadbelly, I mean, he got it. I want people to, I guess they don't get it. When he was writing those freaking things, how he was not killed. This, in the pines, I hid in the pines. Let me explain what he's writing about. I mean, it's on Palko now, or I had to hide in the pines in the top of LDS. I was hiding in the pines where the sun never shines. I was quarantined in it for a long time, and going in and out of coma. I got down to 119. As I said, it's going to give you leukemia. It's going to give you leukemia. Fukushima's going to give you leukemia. It's all over there. And then 7 months later, I got lead in my belly, and I mean, epic, beyond epic. Given no chance to live. Sell him to die 2 months later. I hid in the pines at the top of the bone marrow, right here. The LDS Bone Marrow Transplant Center. I hid in the pines. He writes that song, a young couple. Remember, this was not that long ago. A young African-American couple just kissing in their car. These evil monsters see that. They would kill them. So they chase them. They chase them. It's a real story. She runs. She runs. She comes back, you know, a couple days later. Where you been, girl? Where you been, girl? I hid in the pines where the sun never shines because they wouldn't go in there and they couldn't find him. Where's he at? Where's he at? We never found the body. They found his head crammed in the steering wheel. Same with it. They never found the body. You know, I am Pat fucking Tillman, executed murder by Dick Cheney, ordered. Aaron Swartz, 35 years to a brilliant young kid who did nothing. I was in Williamsburg the day. I was walking right there, broke down crying, in critical condition. I couldn't understand what was, I could felt his presence. I could felt his presence. That's a murder. Michael Hastings, the murder. The corruption machine, it's going to break down. The chickens are going to come home to roost because this comes down to honesty, lies, and integrity. I don't want your money. Geoff Palko and I have joined together. We've got our little hedge fund, and we'll do this on our own. You know, I told you to sell your gold at 1900, buy Tesla at 15. You know, people did it out there. They turned their backs on me. You know, I love it. You know, you'll get all caught up because they have to think for you. Here, buy silver at 45. Buy gold at 1900. Get out of your Dow at 6500. They're thinking because they're on the other side. In the pines. I had to hide in the pines where the sun never shines. I am Pat fucking Tillman. All these things are right, wrong, truth, honesty. Lies, lies, tell me lies, tell me some lie, 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 lie. La 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 la. Come home on 7th Avenue. Where are you guys? Where are you, Bruce? Where are you freaking down 7th Avenue? Come home. It hasn't changed. You didn't win. You didn't win. None of us win. You quit fighting. You lay down because last one in the door. Club shut the door. All your money count another minute by ask Steve Chinese Jobs, ask Jamie Dimon, ask Mellon, ask Perry, all these guys that passed away. You know, right in the lowest form of hell. And I like the wind in these videos because it's where the wind blows. It's where the water flows. Dust in the wind? Yeah, and he didn't write that either. That's a Native American poem right here. Right here. You on the Indian for you top of the mountain? That's not even true. We speak in slang here. We speak in rhythm here. We speak in context of art, humanity, culture, our path, our journey, our space, our time, our reason. What is your reason? Really? Really? You're going to go along and let these guys lead you like the little bitch on your leash? Startup. I mean, the cover up in Japan, right there. Arresting anybody who even speaks. That's enough. That's enough. We use nuclear. We don't use any nuclear. Nuclear energy exists for one reason, to make nuclear bombs. It's a power well. Blue Castle right there. I'm in critical condition over there with the central line shriveled up, telling him lead dog hedge fund. You liar, Dirty Herbie. I'm the one that named you Dirty Herbie. Going at it with him face to face, toe to toe. I used to go at it with Mark Shirley, face to face, toe to toe. This is nothing new to me. My activism. I stand on an island in Utah. I am the only human rights activist in the state. Bar none, the only one. I could prove it over and over and over. You type in Blue Castle nuclear. They tried to build a nuclear reactor on I-15. I'm like, huh. I told him right to his face, you're going to build a new reactor on the green. I was in Stegner's program. He would roll over his grave. Blue Castle, nuclear reactor on the green. Why not put up a statue of Ted Bundy on I-15? You know, you want to grandstand the mass murder? We're all downwinders now. Fukushima, there's no off switches going. They're going to restart. The people over there don't want it. They're shooting them in Taiwan. They're shooting them in India, in China. Anti-nuclear because it's Westinghouse, the United States of Westinghouse. I pledge allegiance to. State flag here. What a joke. What a joke. They'll be waiting for you at Bellevue with their oxygen mask. I don't want your money anymore. Don't give it back to me anymore. I don't want it. I'll do this on my own. Geoff and I We'll do it together. We don't need it. We'll do it on our own, because it only takes one person, Rachel Carson. We can turn this boat around because the light shines. You turn on the light, you're intimate, the light shines, it turns on the cells, and it throws that cancer out of your body. We know this. And if I'm not living proof, and I do not live to tell 1986, because I have a tale to tell. So many men hide it so well. Liars, liars, lie, lie. It's not your lungs this time. Your ambulance driver, your surgeon even says it's too late. It's your heart, it's your fate. You know, turn on your freaking cells in the good fight. Stay tuned.